Welcome back to this Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Nandita Khemka.
And I'm Yatin Mota.
Well, what a spectacular close it was for the markets. You know, around midday we were wondering if we can reclaim that 18,200 mark. But what we did was we managed to shut shop above that 18,250 mark. And what has aided the rally, of course, is the PSU banking pack and the metals pack that was shining bright in today's session. It was the FMCG pack that was a bit muted by the end of the session. Among the top Nifty gainers, you had the likes of the Bajaj twins, Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. You had SBI Life, you had HDFC twins. Remember, HDFC just came out with its numbers, and okay set of numbers because the stock did pretty well after that. Among the losers, you had consumer names like Tata Consumer, you had UPL ahead of its numbers, you had IndusInd Bank and ITC aside of some of the auto names like Tata Motors, Eicher Motors and M&M that weren't doing all that well in today's session. And you know, the kind of rally that we've seen, much of it has to be attributed to the fact that you know, oil prices have cooled off, and the fact that, you know, Fed stuck to the script and increased rates by 25 basis points. However, it has warmed up to a pause in interest rate hikes in the upcoming June policy. So that is something that was fueling the bulls in today's session.
Nandita, actually, you know, let me mention what happened in the second half, because the first half was quite stable and the second half actually flared up in terms of the Nifty performance because of HDFC Limited's earnings. HDFC बैंक के नतीजे अच्छे थे, HDFC Limited के नतीजे उससे भी अच्छे थे, एक्सपेक्टेशन से बेहतर, और रिजल्ट्स अनाउंसमेंट के बाद लगभग 2.5% की तेज़ी. तो जो बाजार में एक अपटिक आया वो HDFC और HDFC बैंक, क्योंकि दोनों ही निफ्टी के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स हैं, दोनों का ही बड़ा वेट है, तो जैसे ही रिजल्ट्स आए वैसे ही एक अपटिक आता हुआ दिखाई पड़ा. तो ये HDFC लिमिटेड के अर्निंग्स की बात हुई. उसके बाद डाबर के अर्निंग्स आए, एक्सपेक्टेशन से थोड़े फीके थे मार्जिन फ्रंट पे, लेकिन हाँ, स्टॉक बिल्कुल 1-2% नीचे बंद होता हुआ दिखाई पड़ा. और तीसरा रिजल्ट जो आज निफ्टी का आया वो था अदानी एंटरप्राइजेस का, और प्रॉफिट लगभग डबल होता हुआ दिखाई पड़ा. और ये रिजल्ट आने के बाद स्टॉक में लगभग 5% की तेज़ी. येस्टरडे स्टॉक थोड़ा नरम था, लेकिन आज देखिए स्टॉक में ज़बरदस्त रैली, 5% ऊपर अदानी एंटरप्राइजेस रिजल्ट्स के बाद. तो ये 3 निफ्टी की हैवी वेट्स जिसके रिजल्ट्स आए, और एक अच्छा रिएक्शन हमने 2 निफ्टी कंपनीज में देखा, अदानी एंटरप्राइजेस और HDFC लिमिटेड.
All right, earnings fillip for the bulls in the second half of the market. Let's also take stock of some of the stocks that are on our radar this afternoon. First up on my list is Reliance Industries. That stock ended higher by about 1% in today's session. You know, shareholders and creditors have given their go-ahead for the demerger of the financial services arm. Remember, the company's board has approved, had approved the demerger of the financial services arm back in October 2022. And you know, KV Kamath will be the non-executive chairman of the demerged entity, and shareholders of Reliance Industries will be getting 1 share of the financial services arm for every share held. This Jio Financial Services will also be listed on BSE and NSE, and Jefferies expects the listing to happen by September this year. If you look at what Macquarie has to say, it says that Jio Financial Services will be valued at somewhere around 1.5 lakh crore rupees. And you know, Jio Financial Services will become the 5th largest financial services firm in the country. You know, remember when this news had broken out in October, we saw a sell-off coming in the shares of Bajaj Finance as well as Paytm, because you know, Jio Financial Services will be focusing on consumer and merchant lending as well, which is the mainstay of companies or NBFCs like Bajaj Finance and fintech major like Paytm. So it will be interesting to see how Jio Financial Services entry will disrupt the entire financial services space. So that's one stock that needs to be kept on your radar.
So that's about Reliance Industries and the demerger which will happen. But you know, if you look at the you know, stock of Reliance Industries has been subdued, but yes, there has been on and off shoots of bullishness which come in, and brokerage is also constructive on the stock. Obviously, the standard disclaimer is that Moneycontrol and CNBC Awaaz both are controlled by Reliance Industries management. Now, if you look at the second stock on our you know, watch list today, and an interesting one which is Titan. Now, if you look at Titan, Goldman Sachs has a buy rating on this one. Target is at 3,175. तो लगभग 3200 रुपये का टारगेट है. अर्निंग्स अच्छे आए. ज्वेलरी सेगमेंट में लोगों को लगा कि मार्जिन कॉम्प्रेशन होगा, लेकिन कंपनी ने अच्छा किया. हालांकि थोड़ा बहुत प्रॉब्लम इनके आईवेयर सेगमेंट में था, जहाँ मार्जिन थोड़े बहुत वीक आए, लेकिन मैनेजमेंट ने कहा है कि जो ग्रोथ मोमेंटम है वो कंटिन्यूड रहेगा, नंबर 1। और जो इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस का रिस्पॉन्स है वो काफ़ी अच्छा रहा है और FY24 में वहाँ भी स्केल अप होगा। तो हाँ, ग्लोबली अब टाइटन अपने आप को इस्टेब्लिश कर रही है एक ज्वेलरी ब्रांड और एक आईवेयर ब्रांड की तरीके से। काफ़ी सारे दूसरे सेगमेंट्स भी हैं जहाँ वो अच्छा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हाँ, ज्वेलरी जो कोर ऑपरेशन है वो अच्छा है। अप्रैल का महीना थोड़ा बहुत फीका रहा है मैनेजमेंट के कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल के हिसाब से, लेकिन क्योंकि मई और जून यूजुअली वेडिंग सीजन होती है तो एक बड़ा पिकअप वहाँ आपको ज्वेलरी सेल्स में आता हुआ दिखाई पड़ सकता है। इसीलिए शायद ब्रोकरेजेस ने यहाँ अपने टारगेट्स मेंटेन किए हैं और बुलिश आउटलुक जो है वो बरकरार रखा है।
Right. Well, the next stock on my list is Chola Investment. Now, this stock has hit an all-time high in today's session. In fact, it has reported its highest ever quarterly profit in the quarter gone by. New businesses have, have taken off pretty well, and the cost-to-income ratio is also at a 5-quarter low. Interesting to note that the AUM assets under management have crossed that 1 lakh crore rupee mark, and the management also expects AUMs to grow at 20 to 25% going forward. And the new businesses that have taken off so well, that will contribute somewhere around 15% to the AUM going forward, so which is a very bullish commentary coming in from the management. Now, if you look at the brokerage reaction, JP Morgan has handed out a double upgrade to the stock, from underperform or underweight to overweight, and target price is somewhere around 1200 rupees or 1020 rupees or thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken. It is betting big on other segments as well, diversifying from auto vehicle financing to other home loans as well as loans against property. So it is diversifying and reducing its dependence on commercial vehicle financing, right? And the good part is that it is also betting on the EV space pretty big, in a big way, given the fact that it has tied up with the likes of Kinetic, Green and Hero Electric for EV financing, and also Car Trade last year to finance used and easy, to give easy and smart financing for used cars as well. So it is diversifying. The management commentary is bullish, and brokerages are also pretty bullish on this counter.
I
so
think
the fact that,
there is one more re-rating trigger. Obviously, earnings are there, Nandita, and brokerage has spoken enough about it. But brokerages believe that once there is a family settlement, because there is a family dispute going on in the Chola family. So once that promoter dispute probably moves out, brokerages believe that there could be further re-rating to the stock. So obviously there are fundamental reasons also because of which the stock has gone up, but this is also one leg which would be many in the rally which could be seen in the stock ahead.
Right. So what's the next stock on your list, Yatin?
So the next stock on my list is SJVN and Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. They won a big order of 1200 megawatts, and this is a project that is in the renewable energy space. Now SJVN की अगर हम बात करें तो power stocks are doing well, valuation wise and dividend yield wise. SJVN is attractive stock, and if you look at the kind of growth trajectory the company is into, they are looking at strategic projects in the overseas markets also. Countries like Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh is where they probably would like to do some projects. But yes, in the domestic market also they have been winning orders consistently. They are setting up a 1200 crore project, which is a solar project in the Khavda district, which is in Gujarat, and clearly this is a decent order win given the fact that a lot of focus of the government now really is into solar projects. So this is one stock which should be on the radar. Has been hitting fresh 52-week highs. Today there was some correction, but yes, the stock has been consistently performing in the past few trading sessions.
Well, so those were the stocks that were on our radar today. It was a fairly strong close coming in this Thursday afternoon. Let's see whether we extend the cheer tomorrow and end the week on a good note, as it's Friday tomorrow and we are all looking forward to a good weekend. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Closing Bell, but tune in live tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. where we will be taking up all your stock related queries as well.
जुड़ने के लिए बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thanks a lot for watching.